The secondary engine indications are oil pressure, oil temperature, oil quantity, and the airborne vibration monitor system. The oil pressure and oil temperature indications are vertical indicators with moving pointers. The oil pressure indication is shown in PSI. Oil temperature is measured in degrees Celsius. The oil quantity digital readout shows oil quantity in percent full. Low oil quantity is displayed by reverse video and a low message next to the quantity indicator. The normal operating range for oil pressure and temperature is shown in white. The operating limit for both is shown here by a red band. When the oil temperature enters the caution range, the display changes to amber. The size of the oil pressure caution range is a function of the N2 RPM. The amber band increases in size as N2 increases from 65% to its red line. When N2 is below 65%, there is no amber band. The Airborne Vibration Monitoring System, or AVM, monitors engine vibration levels to track rotor imbalance. The indicator displays units of vibration. It shows the higher engine vibration level of N1 or N2. High vibration is displayed by reverse video, indicated by the AVM above 4.0 units. Let's now look at some non-normal indications. The first indication is a low oil pressure condition. Since the output pressure of the oil pump is unregulated and varies with engine speed, engine oil pressure may go into the amber band and the pointer turns amber. If the oil pressure goes into the amber band with takeoff power set, do not take off. Oil pressure in the amber band is not normal at high thrust settings. If the pressure continues to decrease and reaches the red limit, the display end pointer turns red and the low oil pressure alert illuminates. The pressure is now too low for continued engine operation and the engine must be shut down. Next, let's look at a high oil temperature condition. The oil temperature is measured prior to the oil entering the gearbox. If the oil temperature goes into the amber range, the pointer and displays turn amber. With temperature in the amber range, you can operate an engine for 45 minutes before an engine shutdown is required. If the temperature continues to increase and reaches the red line limit, the pointer and display turns red. The oil temperature is now above the operating limit for continued engine operation, and that engine must be shut down. There is one other engine alert associated with the engine oil system: the oil filter bypass. The scavenge filter has a bypass feature with pressure sensors at the inlet and at the outlet. If the filter becomes contaminated, the oil filter bypass alert illuminates to show a bypass of the filter can possibly occur. If the oil filter bypass alert remains illuminated after thrust reduction, that engine must be shut down. When the low oil pressure and oil filter bypass alerts display, they flash for 5 seconds, then stay steady until the related condition no longer exists. The flashing indication is inhibited during takeoff. When inhibited, the alert immediately illuminates steady. In this example, there is a low oil condition during takeoff roll. You have seen what the secondary engine instruments look like when various engine limitations are exceeded. The introduction to the common display system described using the engine button on the multifunction display panel, or MFD, to blank the lower DU and have the secondary engine instruments either completely out of sight or show in a compact format on the upper display unit. If the secondary engine instruments are compacted on the upper DU or completely blank and a secondary engine parameter exceedance occurs, either the upper DU or the lower DU will provide an attention-getting display to alert the flight crew to the problem. If the secondary engine instruments are compacted on the upper DU and an exceedance occurs, the engine parameter experiencing the exceedance highlights in red, amber, or reverse video, depending on which parameter is exceeded and by what amount. In addition, when a parameter is exceeded, a box displays with thick lines around the compact engine instrument display. It flashes for the first 10 seconds to get the flight crew's attention. Then the box becomes steady and displays with thinner lines. The box color reflects the exceedance. If the exceedance is into the amber range, the box is amber. If the exceedance is into the red range, the box is red. If the exceedance is highlighted by reverse video, the box is white. If the lower display is blank but still available and the secondary engine instruments are not shown in the upper display and an exceedance occurs, the secondary engine instruments display pops up in normal format on the lower display to alert the flight crew to the problem. If the lower display is unavailable when an exceedance occurs, the compact display pops up on the upper display to alert the flight crew to the problem.